Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Hillsborough, UUCH. We continually seek to be an open-hearted and welcoming community for all who are looking for connection, meaning, and support. Our worship does not follow a single fixed form, nor do we ask one another to share the same creed or set of beliefs. Instead, we are a covenantal community, bound by our promise to care for one another as we each pursue our own lifelong search for truth and meaning in matters of faith. Welcome to each of you, familiar faces and first-time visitors alike. Your presence today matters. Whether this is your very first Sunday with us or one of many, we are enriched by your being here. We are a community of many beliefs, backgrounds, sexual orientations, and gender identities. Together we are learning, growing, and becoming each of us, and each of us is held in love. Just as you are, you belong here. Now please turn to those around you and greet them with a joyful and generous good morning. Good morning. My name is Jenny Kiles, and I'm serving as the worship coordinator for today's service. As a lay-led congregation, our worship is made possible by the dedication of many people, both seen and unseen. We extend our heartfelt thanks to everyone who contributes their time and talents to make this a meaningful place, to gather, to learn, to grow in spirit, and to nurture love and community together. Before we begin our time of worship, I'd like to share a few reminders. Following the service, we invite you to join us for coffee and tea at the back of the sanctuary. If you're visiting with us today, we especially hope you'll stay and give us the chance to connect with you. Please also take a moment to review your order of service, where you'll find announcements printed on the back. We'll pause briefly to share any additional announcements not already listed. And finally, please take a moment now to ensure that your cell phone is turned off or set to silent. Announcement. Do you have any additional announcements?
I have announcements, yes.
Okay, yes.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, y'all, I'm awkward. My main announcement is that this is not where you should be getting your announcements from. You should be subscribed to our newsletter. Okay? Everything is in there. And if you're not subscribed to our newsletter, you can visit our homepage, uuchnc.org. You can subscribe there, or tear this little thing off on the back of your order of service and drop it in the offering basket when it comes by later, and I will subscribe you. The only other thing that I want to mention as a reminder that we are starting our March Madness next week on March 1st. So service will start at 10:30. Children will remain in the sanctuary for that entire service, and then all of us, all ages, are going to do faith development together. We're going to be learning about and celebrating Purim, and it's going to be super fun and exciting. So please. You can wear a costume. Purim is a silly holiday. So feel free to dress up. That program will end at 12:30. So plan on being here 10:30 to 12:30 next week and every Sunday in March. Thank you.
Hello, I'm G for Buildings and Grounds suddenly? What the heck's going on? Alright y'all, I'm going to need some help. Yesterday I closed the deal on a new carpet for the sanctuary. So sometime this week or next week, I'm going to be told they're coming in to do it. I'm going to need this whole room clearing. So I'm going to need some help. So if you're willing to help me clear this room at some point randomly in the next couple of weeks, give me your details after service. Thank you.
What about piano?
The wheel out.
It's on wheels.
It's on wheels. Oh, wait, no.
one. First of all, I want to remind everybody to vote. Vote early. Please vote early. This is a very important election. And if you're like me, there will be some things on the ballot that you weren't expecting. So get a sample ballot early and do some homework. There are some stark differences in a few cases. And if you're interested in when and where, everywhere, I have one of these blurbs. You can take a photograph of it, or of course, go to numerous places online. The second thing, we are a member of Orange Justice, UU Justice NC. And UU Justice NC this coming Friday will be celebrating the 300th Friday late mornings that we have been getting together to do wonderful justice work in this community and beyond. So if you can make the time to join in on next Friday, would love to give a lot of love to the people who have worked so hard to keep this going and are so devoted to justice in that celebrates our values. And also, you missed a good one last week because it was, to me, it was fascinating. And it's someone who, a friend whose organization is Christians that are in favor of Palestine. And I want to read their creed, their creed. We are Christians mobilizing against weaponization of our theology and our dollars by Christian nationalists that are perpetrating our genocide of the Palestine people. These are radical people, and I'm so glad that there is a Christian organization that is working on this. Thank you. Oh, I wanted to add a kudos for our admin, because every week she puts in there what the link is to be able to listen and participate in this. And usually also the Google Doc, and also the Google Doc, which has a lot of information on it. Thank you.
It's in your newsletter, y'all.
Let's prepare ourselves for our time of reflection and celebration by reminding ourselves of who we are and why we gather. We are Unitarian Universalists. Unitarian Universalism draws from our heritages of freedom, reason, hope, and courage, building on the foundation of love. Love is the power that holds us together and is at the center of our shared values. Our chalice lighting words this morning are "To Embody Resilience with Every Breath" by Reverend Dr. Rebecca Savage. Welcome to this sacred space. Welcome to worship. Welcome to you who are joyful and excited this day. Welcome to you who are weary and in need of rest. Welcome to you who are seeking deeper meaning and purpose in the infinite expanse of life. Today we come with full hearts and open spirits, to be open to the possibility that what we receive here will inspire us, to mend up our tender parts, nourish our waning spirits, and give us enough wisdom and energy to embody resilience with every breath. Let us worship together. Please stand and embody your spirit as we sing our opening hymn, "I Know I Can." Sharing joys and sorrows is a cherished ritual in our Sunday services. This practice unfolds in two parts. First, we make space for spoken sharing, and then we move into a time of quiet reflection, holding in silence the concerns, joys, milestones, or griefs that have arisen since we last gathered. In both moments, we place stones into the vase on the altar, symbolizing our collective holding of one another's experiences. By sharing in this way, we deepen our connection as a community. We begin with spoken sharing. What is shared aloud is not recorded, so those joining us online will notice a brief pause while people in the sanctuary speak. If you are participating online and would like to share a joy or concern with those gathered here, please place it in the chat and indicate whether you would like it read aloud. A stone will be placed in the vase on your behalf. If you feel called to speak, we invite you to take a moment to center yourself and gather your thoughts. Please speak from the heart and keep your sharing brief and intentional. feelings within the heart of this community, both spoken and unspoken, by remaining silent for a moment as we consider what has been shared and how we might respond. Let us close our sharing time by saying together, Amen and blessed be. Amen and blessed be. Now I'd like to ask our RE teacher to tell us what the kids will be up to in RE today, and then we will bless our RE classes on their way by singing the words printed in the back of your gray hymnal or in your order of service.
Hi. Today our elementary will be continuing with the LEGO values curriculum, and our focus today is
justice.
Justice. Then we're doing an activity related to that and reading a story. And our youth are going to continue with our service project for the animal shelter, making dog toys.
Each Sunday, we receive a monetary offering to support meaningful and deserving causes. For the month of February, our plate will be going to benefit New Hope Elementary School. Located just down the road from your UCH, New Hope is a Title I school, meaning that more than half of the students qualify for free or reduced price lunch, identifying it as a high poverty school. The funds we collect go directly to the school's social worker, who uses them where they are most needed. At times, this means providing food, warm clothing, or gas cards for families. Each time we send a check, she shares a note of gratitude describing how the funds were used. With that in mind, we invite you to give generously. Please donate by placing cash or checks in the offering basket. If by check, please write plate in the memo line. Or you can go to our website, uuchnc.org, and click the donate button. Or you can use the QR code printed in your order of service, and we thank you for your generosity. Oh, the QR code's for also right there. Please join me in offering a blessing for the offertory. For the love that surrounds us every morning, for the friends beside us, and for the generous gifts just received, let us be truly grateful. I'd like to welcome our speaker this morning, our own Amy Dart. Amy came to us in 2022 from Texas. She has 15 years of professional experience in church administration and leadership. She serves here as our program administrator, doing all kinds of stuff. Amy and her husband Donnie have 5 children. 4 are now officially adults, and the youngest will be 13 this week. Welcome, Amy.
Thanks, Jenny. Hi, everybody. Okay. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. It was February 10th, 2017, and I was in my local grocery store with a full shopping cart, heading toward the checkout with my 3-year-old daughter skipping along at my side, and my phone began to ring. So I was in the frozen food aisle when my doctor told me that I had cancer. I wanted to run straight home, but I was a single mom, and my family needed that cart full of food, so I moved to the checkout. By the time it was my turn, my hands were shaking so violently, I could barely fumble all of my food up onto the conveyor belt. The checkout lady, this young 20-something woman, smiled at me, and she said, "How's your day going so far?" I made a strange noise that tried to be, but definitely wasn't, words. She looked at me funny, and we finished the transaction without any more attempts at dialogue. I made it home and I unloaded the groceries, barely beating the bus that dropped off my 3rd grader and my 5th grader. I put on a brave face. It took me 3 months before I could go back to my local grocery store. And it took a couple of years before I could use that checkout lane again. It's funny how memories can mess with you. I was diagnosed with a very aggressive form of breast cancer, and though it was caught literally right away, it was already stage 3. So surgery, chemo, radiation, a lot of uncertainty, among the other horrors of the disease and the fallout that it brought. But this is not a cancer story. This is a story of resilience and of faith. See, during that time, I found myself in a strange and unexpected position. I was held by not one faith community, but by several. I belonged to a Unitarian Universalist church. I worked for a synagogue, and I worked for a Christian church. And much as I consider myself part of this congregation, I considered myself part of all of those congregations as well. In case you didn't know, there's a sort of communal shadow network of faithful strangers all around us. Strangers in the elevator who ask if they can pray for you. Some even write down your name for their prayer lists. People who just silently put a hand on your shoulder in recognition. Random people around town who recognize the battle scars, the fear, the exhaustion. They say, "Can I give you a hug? Can I pray for you? Can I pray over you? Can I pray with you?" Which, frankly, is a bold move to make in a Target. And it happened all the time. And it mattered. All of it mattered. What carried me through that time was not doctrine and not belief. I'm an atheist. But instead various practices of faithful folks and faith communities. First, let me tell you about the songs that saved my life, starting with the popular You, You hymn. I had to pay $900 before they would do a biopsy. I had $900, but it was about all that I had. So I was at the place, and I was crying because I had no idea how I'd pay my electric bill or buy my kid a birthday present. I needed this biopsy, but I also needed that money. I was crying because I was scared. And I was crying because I was sad. And I was crying because I was embarrassed. I can't believe I couldn't afford this stupid thing. And a nurse calls me honey and says, we will have to reschedule if I can't stop crying and just hold still. So I close my eyes and I do the only thing I can think of. I breathe. I breathe in and out, and in and out, and in. I breathe in peace and out. I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. Y'all know that one? It saved my life. I focused on my breath and I got my biopsy. And that biopsy diagnosed my cancer. And my cancer was already advanced. If I had to reschedule, I'm not sure I would be standing here today. That is faith in action. Another life-giving song. The synagogue that I worked for had me on their Mishaveh rock list. That's a prayer list for healing of body and spirit. I would duck into the back of Shabbat services because I worked through my year of cancer. I would duck into the back of Shabbat services while I was working so I could hear the rabbi say my name from her place on the bima. It's like a pulpit. I could sit and I would listen to the congregation sing, Misheberach Avoteinu. And I would just bask in the words and soak in the full sound of the song, of the prayer, the well wishes and the intent and the presence of that community, singing for me and for others, but also for me. At night I would dream. I dreamed that I was laying on the bima in front of the ark, which is a big box that holds the Torah. And the rabbi was above me singing. She had a beautiful voice, accompanied by her soft guitar. And I wondered if I was dead or if I was being saved. And I had peace in the unknowing, peace in being in the in-between. And I had peace laying there, drifting along with the rabbi's voice in this dream. And who here is going to tell me that that is not holy? Who here is going to tell me that that didn't save my life? That these dreams didn't fortify something essential inside of me? But it wasn't just song, it was rituals too. We didn't drop stones at my church in Texas. We lit candles. And I know many candles were lit for me each week because people would tell me, if you're thinking of someone, let them know. Offering a prayer, candle, a stone is great. I don't know if anyone or if the universe is listening or watching, but that person that you're holding in your heart, they can hear you. And you should tell them that you bothered, that you're holding them and invoking your personal faith practices on their behalf. That's powerful. The knowing that folks are standing with you, rooting for you, thinking of you, dropping stones or lighting candles or saying prayers. All of that matters. Of course, there's also the usual stuff that we do when someone in community needs support. There's delivering meals and giving rides, providing childcare, giving gifts of comfort, gifts that ease burdens, or gifts that just make someone smile. There's cards and letters and flowers, and all of that matters too. While I was going through this time, I asked for cards. I deliberately asked for cards so I could cover my home with them. I hung them from my mantle. I strung them from the walls and stood them on my counters and my bookshelves. And I didn't do that for me. I felt very much held in community, but I did it for my kids. I was a single mom. I had custody of my 3 small children whose father was just not. So I covered my house with this evidence of community and love and care, so they never felt alone. Coming out of their bedrooms in the morning, they would see all the evidence of the people that loved us and that would be there for us. My church did a benefit concert for me at one of Austin's landmark bars on my birthday that year. The bar was where Janis Joplin played weekly until she moved on to California and became famous. And music was performed there for me. A tip jar was passed, and medical bills were paid. There are a lot of ways that faith communities show up. And this is how they showed up for me, continually through that year, keeping my head above water. This is how faith can build resilience, even for this atheist. These faithful folks showed up in whatever ways aligned with their beliefs, and I'm not sure that I would have survived if I wasn't held in these communities. So I urge you not to see faith, your own or the faith of others, as a passive thing or as a private thing. If you keep your faith practices private, you may feel fulfilled personally. But if you reach out in faith to someone suffering, if you ask, what does my faith call me to do in this situation? What gifts can my faith offer this person? Not in proselytizing, but in action. Not in pushing faith upon anyone, but in how you can engage your personal faith practices to do real world good for someone else. This is how we, as faithful folks, build resilience. Maybe we can't cure a disease or solve a problem, but we can hold someone. We can strengthen someone. We can save someone in some way. Resilience is not merely an internal resource, it is relational, communal, co-created. And I argue that resilience building is the work of our and many other faiths. In the spirit of building resilience, I want to share one more song. Another you hymn that I find useful, that does a lot of work building my resilience for the things that I'm facing today, for the overwhelming news cycles, the uncertainty, the violence in our streets, our fragile democracy, all the stuff that's happening around us right now. And much like the meditation on breathing song calmed me then, this song brings me calm now. It's a newer song. I found it a year ago or so, and I saw that it was added to our virtual hymnal, which, little plug, if you don't have access to it, send me an email, and any member here can have full access to our new online hymnal. It's really cool. And this song is in it. I can't believe I'm going to sing again in front of all you people. Okay, this song has been running through my head for a year. It's helped fortify me, and maybe it will help fortify you. This is going to be embarrassing. It goes. Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Do you feel that? Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Please rise and body your spirit for our closing hymn, What Wondrous Love. Surprise, it's me again. As we extinguish this flame, we do not release its meaning. We carry it with us into the world that is aching, a world that is beautiful, and a world in need of gentle courage. May we be light for one another in weary moments. May we be steadiness when fear rises. May we be kindness in motion, not someday, but every day. And when we forget, as we sometimes will, may we remember to pause, to breathe, and to begin again. Go in peace.